In 1977, a spacecraft left Earth on a bold mission. Its name was Voyager 1, and it was designed to push beyond the boundaries of our known solar system. Nearly 50 years into its journey, Voyager 1 now travels through regions of space no human has ever seen, venturing into the deep, uncharted void. But recently, something unexpected and deeply unsettling occurred. NASA received a signal from the probe that left their scientists utterly speechless. What we're about to reveal is not a scene from a science fiction film. This is real. And the strange events unfolding far beyond the reach of our solar system may shake the foundation of everything we believe about the universe. Alone in the most remote corners of space, Voyager 1 appears to have encountered interference, possibly from something or someone. This mysterious incident has left the scientific community in awe and confusion. Could this signal signify an attack, or are we witnessing the effects of a phenomenon we have yet to comprehend? To understand what's happening, we must first revisit the origins of this incredible spacecraft. Voyager 1 stands as one of humanity's greatest achievements in space exploration, a silent ambassador launched during an era when technology was still in its infancy. Built to study the outer planets, it gave us mesmerizing views of Jupiter and Saturn, but that was only the beginning. After completing its primary mission, Voyager 1 continued its voyage into interstellar space, where the Sun is nothing more than a faint speck behind it. However, something has changed. In recent months, Voyager has begun transmitting bizarre and unexplained signals. These aren't just ordinary glitches. Scientists describe them as disquieting and abnormal. Typically, the probe sends back standard scientific data from the interstellar environment. Lately, though, its messages have been laced with strange bursts of interference. To put it in everyday terms, imagine tuning into a steady radio broadcast and suddenly hearing eerie voices that don't belong. That's how NASA researchers described the latest transmissions. At first, they suspected a technical fault, understandable given the spacecraft's age and the harsh conditions it endures. But upon closer analysis, the interference didn't resemble ordinary system degradation. It seemed external. This raised a chilling question. Is Voyager 1 malfunctioning, or has something unknown made contact? Experts are divided. Some point to the spacecraft's aging components and the immense distance it's traveled as likely causes. Others, however, suggest something far more unsettling, that an unknown force, or even an intelligent entity, has found Voyager and is trying to communicate. You see, Voyager carries a famous artifact, the Golden Record, a phonograph disc containing sounds and greetings from Earth, designed as a message to any intelligent life that might encounter the probe. It includes music, images, and spoken greetings in 55 languages. In essence, it is an invitation. Now, some scientists wonder if someone has found that invitation and is sending a reply. As researchers dissect the signal, they found it doesn't follow Voyager's usual communication protocols. It's not consistent with telemetry or scientific data. Instead, the transmission arrives in pulses, like an intentional message being sent in code. That's not something Voyager was ever programmed to do. This has led to even more startling theories. Perhaps Voyager has entered a region of space with unknown electromagnetic properties, fields or radiation that distort its signal. But a more speculative and haunting possibility has emerged. What if an extraterrestrial intelligence has intercepted the probe? Yes, it sounds like science fiction, but consider the logic. If a distant civilization were to discover Voyager, complete with its golden record, they might try to use it as a conduit for communication. They wouldn't need to understand human language. The act of replying itself would be a message. Imagine, in the vast reaches of space, a sophisticated alien race stumbles upon this small human vessel, a bottle floating in the cosmic ocean. They listen to our greetings, they study the record, and then they respond. Voyager has traveled farther than any human-made object in history, possibly through regions of space we cannot yet fathom. It might have crossed into a realm untouched by our understanding of physics. And now, as signals beam back from the void, NASA scientists are racing to decipher them. Of course, there are simpler explanations. Voyager's systems are nearly half a century old. Without maintenance, deterioration is inevitable, but the signal's clarity and unique pattern don't match typical signs of breakdown. For decades, Voyager transmitted flawlessly. Why would its signals suddenly change now just as it enters the most isolated parts of space? Some believe these are warning signs, not from Voyager, but from whatever might be responding. What if the signals are more than a simple hello? What if they are trying to tell us something? Something urgent? It's an unsettling thought. What would an advanced civilization think of us after hearing the contents of the Golden Record? What would their first message be? Curiosity, friendship, or caution? Perhaps they've seen enough to know more about us than we'd like. Maybe they see us not just as explorers, but as something to be wary of. Voyager may have served as a key, unlocking a new chapter of cosmic awareness, or it may have opened a door we weren't ready to walk through. Ultimately, we are reminded of how little we know about the cosmos. Voyager 1, a tiny speck cast adrift in an endless sea, now sends back signals that could redefine our place in the universe. Whether caused by natural forces or something more extraordinary, the implications are profound. As Voyager continues, on its silent path, every signal it sends may be its last. Its energy will run out and its voice will fade into the cold silence of interstellar space. When that moment comes, all we'll have left are questions and the hope that somewhere, in the darkness, someone heard us. Maybe these strange signals are just glitches. Maybe they're the first whispers of contact. Either way, they remind us that space remains an unsolved mystery, a place of awe, wonder, and endless possibility. And in that mystery lies the true message of Voyager, that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. That in our search for understanding, we may one day learn we were never truly alone.